The world of cricket operates three formats. Out of all these three formats, the weakest is the ODI format. This problem is accentuated more in India, accentuated more because of the dude factor. What is happening is most of the matches are becoming one-sided or are heavily influenced by the dew because once the dew sets in for the second innings, the match tilts towards the team batting second. The god of cricket, Sachin Tendulkar, came up with a formula to address this problem. He came with this solution twice, once somewhere in 2009, again back in 2019. What was this formula? The Tendulkar formula is as follows. He splits the 50-over match into two innings of 25 overs each. That means a match is of 100 overs, but both teams play 25 overs each. So how does this help, overcoming the dew factor, especially the dew factor deciding the result of a match? Well, what happens is both the first innings for both the teams happen in dry conditions, and both the teams bat their second innings in wet conditions. Therefore, no undue advantage for any single team. Now, this formula was proposed by Tendulkar first in 2009, then in 2019. So how did the world react to it? Well, from the ICC, somewhere around 2011, at the end of the successful 2011 World Cup, Arun Logat, the then ICC president, said that, ODI is healthy across the world, therefore we don't need any modifications. Rahul Dravid, in fact, came out in support of the Tendulkar formula and said it surely deserves to be given a try. Was this formula used somewhere else? Well, yes. Who else but the, usual culprits, Australia and England. In Australia, they did it somewhere around in 2012-13. What they did was the first innings would be 25 overs, the second innings would be 20 overs for both the teams, again split, and therefore it was a 90-over match instead of a 100-over match. On the other end, England did a 20-over, two-inning format. Therefore, the match got over in 80 overs. The response to this was lukewarm. The players felt it was a little manufactured, and therefore, both Australia and England discontinued this format. Well, the point that arises now is, if ICC showed lukewarm response to it, if England and Australia tried it and did not actually implement it further, then why should we in India still go back and give it a serious thought to the Tendulkar formula? Well, the ICC gave a lukewarm response to this is because ICC does not conduct any bilateral cricket tournaments. All they're interested in is, the big turnkey tournaments, that's the World Cups and the Champions Trophies. Therefore, the results of bilateral tournaments, their popularity, their quality does not affect the ICC directly. It affects the nations who take part in the bilaterals. On the other hand, Australia and England, their players must have found it manufactured and they did not feel the need for this kind of a format, is because both these countries do not face the dew problem when they are playing cricket. We all know Australia is the pioneer in day-night cricket. There is no dew factor like we have in India. And in India, this is more accentuated in the northern part of India and the western part of India when we play our cricket during the winter seasons. So what are the significant advantages of the Tendulkar formula? Well, one, it will make it equitable for both the teams. Second, it will make the matches more dynamic. And third, what it will do is, it will increase the commercial value for one very, very important stakeholder, that is the broadcaster. So whenever we propose a new formula, it has to be experimented, right? So which is the ideal tournament or a ground where this should be done? That is, I think, the under-23 domestic one-day tournament in India. Now, if you see, it is surprising that so far we don't have a name for our under-23 tournament. It's just got a generic name, under-23 ODI tournament for the BCCI. I propose that it should be named after Tendulkar. For at least a year, they should be doing the Tendulkar formula that is split into two 25-over innings and see what the results is. The same thing should be done also with the women's ODI tournament. That too does not have a name. And so many deserving candidates are there. Shubhangi Kulkarni, Mithali Raj, Yulan Goswami, they all deserve a tournament to be named after them. This is where this should be experimented. I've said this before, India is the nerve center of world cricket, but we don't innovate. all innovations happen in Australia and England. So therefore, it's high time that we do it over here. Well, this is going to raise a lot of conversation, right? Will the role of the sheet anchor role that we know in one-day cricket, the guy who bats throughout the 50 innings, will that role be, redundant? Will finger spinners come back into one-day cricket? Well, these are all topics of discussion. We'd like to hear your comments on it. And, the more the comments, the better the product can be. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you found this engaging. If so, then please like and share and subscribe this with fellow cricket enthusiasts. And we look forward to bringing more such content to you in the near future. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.